Welcome back, traders, to my market outlook for the week of August 11th. Before we get started, I ask that you take a few seconds to help me out by giving this video a like and subscribing so you don't miss out on any future videos. And let's go ahead and get started with the dollar index on the weekly chart. So last week I was looking at the sell side liquidity below the swing low and this fair value gap down here. Price did come down, take out the sell side liquidity, but didn't quite get into the gap and then had a big bounce back to where the week started off. So I think we're going to be heading into this week looking for this fair value gap above us, and we could get some retracement back into here. Now taking a zoomed in look at the daily chart, we can see that here we have the weekly fair value gap. I think price will be coming back to rebalance some of this, perhaps back down to this old low right here. And then once price comes back to equilibrium, I want to see whether or not price is going to shoot down lower or come up and take out the highs up here. If it comes out and take out the highs, we could have a bullish bias going forward. And if it take out the lows, we could have a bearish bias. We do have a volume imbalance below us. This could be referred to either before or after we come back to this equilibrium point. So price could come down to the volume imbalance and then go up to equilibrium, or it could come up to equilibrium first and then come back and refer to this volume imbalance. But either way, once it reaches into this price level right here, I want to be kind of neutral and see what price is going to do. Will it take out this up close candle, or will it come down and go below this down close candle? Now moving on to S&P on the weekly chart. Last week I was looking for sell side liquidity below this swing low and back into this fair value gap. We got a massive drop last week, but then bounced back hard, and we actually closed higher than the open of the week. So similar to dollar index, I'm looking for price to come back into this weekly SIBI. Now on the daily chart, we can see that we had a lot of up and down movement in this area. So this range of price is going to be somewhat balanced, at least for the time being. So coming into next week, I expect price to go up back into this weekly SIBI a little bit more. Price can even go up a little bit higher into this order block, or there's a volume imbalance that we can refer to. But if I'm going to keep my bearish bias intact, I do not want to see price closing above the mean threshold on this order block, at least on a daily basis. Also, if we go ahead and draw our Fibonacci retracement, we can see that coming back into this OTE area, 70% is going to be close to that order block and that volume imbalance. So it's certainly reasonable for price to come up and reach for that area before taking a dip down lower. Moving on to Nasdaq on the weekly chart, last week I was looking for this order block, specifically the mean threshold right here. We did get price coming down into it, and it almost took out the swing low down here, but instead it created relative equal lows. So this is a liquidity pool that we could be looking for later on. But right now, since we had a massive bounce back up and close up on the week, I'm looking for price to come back into this weekly SIBI, just like S&P. Now let's take a look at the daily chart, but remember that we do have relative lows down here that I will be looking at in the near future. But right now, I think price is going to retrace some back up into this area. Now zooming in a little bit, last week we did get a lot of back and forth movement, just like S&P. So this is somewhat of a balanced price range. We could get some retracement back into this weekly SIBI, and just like S&P, I think we could be coming back into this order block. However, I do not want to see price close above the mean threshold of this order block if I'm going to maintain my bearish bias. Now, if I take a fib from this swing high to this swing low, we can see that the optimal trade entry is going to be in the lower portion of that order block. So I do not really want to see price go much above halfway of this order block, but it could maintain and work on the bottom half. And then again, I'm looking for price to come back down to take out those relative lows down here. Alright, so that's pretty much what I'm thinking for this upcoming week. I hope you were able to get something out of this video. If you did, don't forget to leave this video a like. It really does help out my channel. Also, I will be taking a look at my most requested prop firm coming up soon, so don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. But until next time, guys, safe trading.